He's not the fastest man in the league. He's not the biggest man in the league either. And when it comes to leaping abilities, his name wouldn't even come up in discussions. But if we're going to start talking about unstoppable players, Luka Magic is definitely in that conversation. Today, I want to take a look at just why Luka Doncic at age 23, despite being called out of shape just a few short months ago, is so difficult to guard in the NBA. First off, what makes Luka Doncic so difficult to guard is the fact that he's a high IQ basketball player. His time in Real Madrid helped him a ton because at age 16, he was playing in a league where the average age is about 26. He was a kid playing against fully grown men who were stronger and faster than he was. So for him to be effective on the court, he had to learn how to play with his head rather than with brute force. And look where that type of training and development got him. For the past 3 seasons, this young kid has been flirting with a near 30-point triple-double, and the crazy thing is, he's only 23 years old. Now, let's take a look at exactly what I mean when I say he has a high basketball IQ. First off, he attacks every defender differently based on whatever mismatches he sees. Here's Luka on the perimeter being hounded by Jrue Holiday, an all-world defender. The only thing is, Luka is 6'7" and weighs 230 pounds, whereas Holiday is 6'3" and weighs about 205 pounds. Luka recognizes the size difference, and he just bullies Holiday all the way to the hoop here.
Mission of David Stern also. He had a vision and a game plan. So when they talked about
that was just way too easy. And as good of a defender as Holiday is, there was literally nothing he could do. And here's Luka on the perimeter again. This time he's being guarded by a center, Isaiah Stewart. His defender this time is a little taller and a little heavier than he is. So Luka doesn't try to bully his way to the rim, but instead...
Look at Luka. Step back three, that is...
He takes out his bag of tricks and creates enough separation for the step back three. Luka shoots the 3 ball at about 35% for the season, but it's a different story when he's in rhythm and has all the space in the world. I mean, looking at his advanced shooting statistics, his 3-point percentage is about 31% on catch and shoot situations or on possessions where he dribbles less than 3 times. But when he's in rhythm and does all those fancy dribble threes or more times, followed by his step back, his 3-point percentage actually shoots up to 37%. Next off on how Luka uses his smarts to make himself incredibly difficult to guard is his use of pick and rolls. Here's Luka right here, and here's the screen and roller, Dwight Powell, who stands 6'10". Luka knows how to utilize his teammates to maximize shooting percentages. In this case here, he just kisses it off the glass from 5 feet, but if Andre Drummond commits too much, then it'd just be a lob to Powell. Just like in this case here, it's the exact same pick and roll against the exact same defenders, but the lob option presents itself and Luka finds Powell, this time for the high percentage shot. A simple yet effective play that Luka has really mastered, and what makes it especially effective is his size for his position. Most guards are anywhere between 6 feet to 6'4", so Luka has quite the height and size mismatch, which allows him for an easier shot at the rim or an easier pass to a teammate. Anyway, moving on here on what makes Luka so unstoppable. Scoring isn't all this guy does, because he averages nearly 9 assists a game. And again, many of his assists come from him using his basketball IQ. Let me show you what I mean. Here's Luka. He's being guarded by Wesley Matthews. And as good of a defender as Matthews is, again, he's just a bit too small. Luka just bullies his way in and collapses the defense. There are 3 defenders draped all over him now, but what does he do? He swings the ball over to one of the open men. Then it's just 3 ball, corner pocket. Next off, let's see what some players are saying about Luka's offensive abilities. Jrue Holiday said, Luka can score at all 3 levels, whether it's one-on-one or screen and roll, so the first thing is to try to stop the ball and keep him in front of you. The next thing is the guy that he is playing with, which is the screener. Then you got the weak side. He sees everything. He makes good plays out of it. Next off here, Giannis Antetokounmpo said of Luka, Luka is one of the most dominant players in the league, one of the best to ever play this game. He's going to make the right pass, he's going to make the right decision. Sometimes you can do everything right, but people will still have a good night. LeBron James said of Luka, the way he plays the game reminds me of the way I play the game. We're triple threats. We rebound, we pass, which is the #1 thing on our mind. And we'll put 40 on you too if you disrespect us. Quote me right where I say this. It's LeBron James-like from the standpoint of how he's able to rope that pass to shooters and corners, getting blitzed. There's not many guys who can do that and put it right there. He does an amazing job of it. And finally, here's what Steph Curry said of the young phenom. He's always under control. He's tough to defend. He's just very polished, and he's shown that since his rookie year, and he's gotten better, and who knows how high the ceiling is for him, but he's playing at a very elite level right now. Those are some high words coming from 3 league MVPs. Anyway, let's continue looking at Luka. Another aspect of having high IQ and being difficult to guard is deciding what type of shots to take. In other words, where are the spots where I can get off the most efficient points? Looking at his shot selection, he takes the bulk of his shots either from within 8 feet or from beyond the arc, where he's quite efficient. He also shoots quite a few mid-ranges, which go up to about the free throw line, which are good money shots to take. But then from 16 feet out to the 3-point line, which are the worst shots to take because of the distance and reward, he limits his shots there. It takes smarts and discipline to really understand where your spots are and how to play within your game. Moving on here, let's take another few looks at how Luka creates good open looks. Here he is on the perimeter, and he's about to use the Powell screen again. After using the screen, his defender is now behind him. But instead of going to the rim, he just lets his defender go by him, then takes a step back for a 15-feet elbow jumper.
Doncic off one.
Sheesh, guys. Luka makes that look way too easy. Here's another example showcasing his high basketball IQ. The defense is doing a box and one. Being able to read the defense and understanding how to attack it is really important for a point guard. So, what does Luka do here? He has a big on him here on the perimeter. He knows that when he drives, the secondary defender is going to come in and block the lane. At the same time, his teammate here sets a screen to prevent this defender from closing on the corner shooter, and this becomes just a practice shot. 3-ball, corner pocket. This is exactly what some players mean when they say they're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And Luka does it about as good as the best of them. Last off here, what I'll say about what makes Luka Doncic so difficult to guard is the fact that he just has a deep bag of tricks. I mean, just watch what he does here. A couple of fancy dribbles to keep his defender on his heels, then a crossover to the left, a dream shake, then the Dirk Nowitzki one-legged fadeaway from the free throw line. Sick, guys. That was just sick. Anyway, I'd say the only weakness in Luka's game currently, or the Mavericks team as a whole, should I say, is that Luka doesn't have a secondary star on his team that can go out, disrupt defenses, and get buckets. As a result of this, Luka is forced to carry his team, and just like any other normal human, he gets tired. This was really apparent last year in the playoffs, where Luka would often get off to hot starts, but would start to wear down as the third and fourth quarters arrived, and that's when the Mavericks would find themselves in trouble. I mean, look at these statistics. Dallas is 41-21 with Luka in the game, and they're 8-9 when he's not in the game. Luka has a great team that's structured around him, but just like every other superstar in this league, he's not going to be truly unstoppable until there's another star on the floor who can break down the defense, because for the Mavericks currently, if you can stop Luka, you can stop the whole team. In saying that though, the scary thing about all this is the fact that Luka is only 23 years old. In due time, Mark Cuban, being the shark he is, will find that secondary star to complement the young phenom, and by that time, I'm sure Luka would have added a few new tricks into his bag, and I look forward to seeing just how much more his offensive prowess grows. Anyway, on to a slightly different topic here. Did y'all know that the Brooklyn Nets might just pull off something never done before in NBA history? Yeah, they literally have one of the best Vegas odds of making history. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, then click this video right here. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss this. I mean, why else would it be trending on YouTube? Anyway, just click the video, guys, and like always, I'll see you on the other side.